What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to another video. I'm Michigan Sports Talk here. This video is brought to you by our partners over at BetUS TV, but in this one, we give an update on the quarterback room for Michigan, why depth may be an issue as Michigan transfer quarterback Mikey Keene appears to be working through an injury. We go over the latest there. Also, Bryce Underwood throwing dimes in practice, and also a big update on the top 100 running back Javian Osborne as he's down to 2 schools. Michigan also impressing tons of recruits on visits. Also set to host the #1 quarterback on 3 rankings in the 2027 class. We also give an update on the #1 recruit in the 2026 class, Jackson Cantwell, and which quarterback target is the highest priority right now for the Wolverines, plus much more recruiting news for the Wolverines. We go over all that and more in this video, so let's go ahead and get right into it. Alright, so first I wanted to give an update on the latest on the quarterback room for the Wolverines. Now, we've talked a little bit about it. Currently, Bryce Underwood and Jaden Davis have been the only 2 quarterbacks at Michigan's spring practices and scrimmages going on. And it's mainly because, obviously, Davis Warren tore his ACL. He's going to be out indefinitely for a while. And also, Mikey Keene, the Fresno State transfer, appears to be working through an injury right now. He has not been practicing at all. It's been very quiet around Keene as far as what exactly the injury is, but it appears it could potentially be an injury that could linger for a while. So that's why there hasn't been any talk at all around Mikey Keene. He's been dealing with an injury, it seems, which also raises the question, come the spring portal, as it is nearing here, should Michigan go and potentially get another quarterback from the portal to add onto their depth? Because obviously we don't know the injury of Mikey Keene right now, but if it is a serious or lingering issue, that could be potentially a problem for Michigan. Now, obviously we got Bryce Underwood, and so far it appears he has lived up to the hype. And then we also got another talented young quarterback out of Jaden Davis. But are those 2 guys going to be enough for Michigan? That's the question. Obviously right now it appears Underwood may potentially be the starter come game 1. Many strongly believe that could be the outcome, but we just kind of have to wait and see. So that's what's going on in the quarterback room with Mikey Keene. Also did want to show and mention a throw by Bryce Underwood that was posted on Michigan football Twitter account, or I guess I should say their X account. And while they showed both Jaden Davis and Bryce Underwood making some great throws, Bryce Underwood threw a deep ball, and it was a dime to Channing Goodwin, it seemed. Definitely exciting to have the deep ball back in the Michigan offense next season. So now, before we do continue this video is powered by our partners over at BetUS TV. You can go and check them out on YouTube for sports advice. They'll take care of you. And also visit BetUSTV.com for more odds and markets, and also more sports content and all that stuff. And the Final Four is set in the NCAA tournament, all 1 seed, which is pretty crazy. But you got Florida, Auburn. Florida currently favored by 2.5, and then Duke in Houston. Duke currently favored by 5. Let me know who you guys think will make the national championship and who you guys got winning it all. And again, go ahead, check out BetUSTV.com for more sports content. But let's go ahead and continue here. And I wanted to talk about some Michigan football recruiting news now, and we'll first start with the big one, the 2026 4-star top 100 running back Javian Osborne from the state of Texas. We talked a lot about him before. It is mainly down to Michigan and Notre Dame now, as he told On3's Hayes Fawcett, and he will cancel his remaining visits and only take official visits to his final 2 schools of Michigan and Notre Dame. Osborne recently took visits to both schools. He's also set to be back at Michigan for the spring game on April 19th. However, according to E.G. Holland of the Wolverine, he is giving Notre Dame a slight edge right now. Notre Dame is making him its top priority, while Michigan still going after Savion Hyder. So I just wanted to give an update there, and then also an update on one of the top tight end prospects and targets for the Wolverines in the 2026 class. That is the 4-star top 100 tight end Brock Harris from the state of Utah, and he is down to BYU, Georgia, Miami, Michigan, Oregon, and Utah. He's also set to announce his commitment April 7th. He also recently just took a visit to Michigan last week, so going to be interesting there. Also wanted to talk about the 2026 4-star top 100 defensive lineman Deuce Geralds from the state of Georgia recently dropped a top 10 list. Michigan did make the cut, and he also recently took a visit to Michigan, as Geralds told Ethan McDowell on 3 in the Wolverine that the visit went great. Definitely got to see how they do a great job of developing defensive linemen, getting them prepared to be pros, and he really likes Wink Martindale as well. Said Michigan is a special place, glad he got to experience some of it, and he's still evaluating everyone this spring and will set his official visits up after his final spring visits. So Michigan is trying to work their way into his recruitment. Still got some work to do, but they definitely made some movement with this visit. Michigan also hosted #1 quarterback on On3 rankings in the 2027 class, Javian Bryant. Now he's a 4-star top 100 recruit on 24/7 Sports composite rankings, ranked 34th nationally in the 4th quarterback. Comes from the state of Texas though, and he was set to take a visit for the first time on Tuesday. Now Michigan, obviously we've talked about a lot of quarterbacks in both the 2026 and 2027 class. Talked about Malachi Zeigler, obviously Trey Taylor is a top one in the 2027 class, then also in the 2026 class, Ryder Lyons, who is a 5-star quarterback. It does appear that Ryder Lyons is the #1 option on the board right now for Michigan, and Coach Chip Lindsey is also slated to visit Michigan on April 12th, but Michigan doing a great job of basically, keeping their options open, not putting all their eggs in one basket. And right now they got a lot of options. Quarterback recruiting seems to be doing really good right now. And no matter what happens, Michigan should be able to land an elite quarterback, especially with the new offense, showcasing that this upcoming season, and also with the new addition of Bryce Underwood, that should be catching a lot of eyes, especially if they can all put it on display this upcoming season. And also wanted to give an update on the 2026 5-star #1 recruit in the 2026 class, offensive tackle Jackson Cantwell. Michigan is a top contender here. Miami did get a crystal ball prediction a while ago on March 27th. However, that was from a Miami insider with a confidence level of 4. Now, Michigan has hosted him in the winter. They also hosted him again in March. Even got to take a picture with some players and met up with Bryce Underwood as well. Obviously, he's going to be recruiting him hard, but at the end of the day, this one seems to be an NIL type of recruitment. It seems like it's going to come down to that. Michigan knows that, and according to E.G. Holland of the Wolverine, Cantwell is expected to command north of $1 million in NIL. Michigan is fully aware of that and will have to most likely take a won't be outbid approach, and appears willing to do just that. So just wanted to give an update there, and then also wanted to talk about a top wide receiver target for the Wolverines. 2026 4-star wide receiver Travis Johnson from the state of Virginia, as he took a visit to Michigan, and he told DJ Holland of the Wolverine that it was a great visit. I saw Bryce Underwood spin it. He's a heck of a player, and they treated me like a priority. He also said it looks like there are way more passing plays now with the new offensive coordinator, Coach Lindsey, and of course, Bryce was playing great. So he definitely has been impressed with the offense, and so far with the quarterback play, the receivers have been making plays, and I said, Michigan definitely one of the top schools at the top. They always treat me like a priority. Bryce Underwood is there now, and I'm excited to get back for my official visit. And also, Michigan did recently get a visit from the 2026 4-star top 100 cornerback Havon Finney Jr., who was a 5-star in the 2027 class, reclassified to the 2026 class, and Michigan has been in contention here. He said that my Ann Arbor visit was one of the best I've had, as he posted that on X. So it seems Michigan impressed him on his visit. A very talented athlete right there out of Havon Finney. But with that, that's going to wrap up this video. We did have been making some basketball videos the past couple days. Transfer portal picking picking up there. So if you guys missed those videos, make sure to go ahead and watch that. Again, shout out to our partners over at BetUS TV. Go ahead, check them out. And hope you guys enjoyed the video. If did, make sure to go ahead, drop a like, comment down below, and subscribe for more if you are new around here. I greatly appreciate it. And we will see you guys in the next video. Go Blue.